Hello everyone and welcome. Well, that new camping spot I cleared out a couple of weeks ago, we're here. I brought the hammock out and I'm about to set that up, and once that's done we're going to go and get some firewood and stash it for later tonight. I do have my little bug zapper light. That I tested out on another adventure. So I may hang that in here later and try it out if the bugs get too bad tonight. We'll see. I also brought my nice C chair so that we have a comfortable spot to sit this evening. I haven't used the hammock in a while. Let's hope I remember how to put it up. It's like riding a bike. You never really forget. Pass the loop around the tree. Hook it up. Lock the line in place. And then just pull. This side I had already locked, so it's just a matter of pull. Now to hook up the underquilt. Put the carabiner on this end. Should be another carabiner on this end. There it is. Now for sleeping, I brought that blanket that my sister had made for us. But the nights have been cool. So I also brought my wool blanket. That way, if it does cool down tonight and this isn't warm enough, I can throw the wool blanket over top. I'll be fine. Put the ropes inside the pouch. That way I don't lose them. Now this blanket has an extra piece that was sewn on to act as a foot box. So earlier this year, I did a video showing quick deploy ridge lines. And I pre-made a few of them and set them up with all my different tarps. Except, of course, for the tarp that I brought today. We have two of those tarps, and one of them I had taken the ridge line out of it to use for something, and I forgot to put it back in. Sure enough, that's the tarp I brought. Luckily, I have some paracord, fairly long. It's got a loop on one end. So I'm just going to make sure that it's all straightened out. I'm going to go around the tree. And then I'm going to take just a bite. And I'll pull it through the loop. Makeshift toggle. Put it in the hole. Tighten up the line. And that is going to hold that end of the ridge line. Now let's go down to the other end and tie this baby on. Bring the line around. And now, grab the line, putting my hand upside down in the uncomfortable position, because I want to tighten this up to put up a tarp and make myself comfortable. So I go from uncomfortable to comfortable. I reach with my finger and thumb, grab the line, pull it that way, and that gives me a loop. Feed my line through that loop, and that's basically your trucker's hitch. Now I can pull this as tight as I want. Pinch it tight. Wrap the line a couple of times. And then I'm just going to make a cinch knot. Pull the bite through. Tighten it up. Another makeshift toggle through the loop. Pull that tight. And now that's not going to go anywhere. I've tied a loop to make a prusik knot, and I'm basically going to wrap it over and through, over and through, at least 3 times. And then when I dress it all together, it gives me a loop. But if I pull, it will not go anywhere. But I can slide that loop anywhere I want it. So now I should be able to put my tarp on and tighten it up. So now I've put the tarp over the ridge line. I've already secured the other end, and at this end, we'll just slide our prusik through the tarp, insert a small toggle, and now I can snug that up. Now I have a stake, but this is all ground duff, so it doesn't matter where I put it. It doesn't want to hold. So what I'm going to do is There's a loop on the end of this. I'm going to go around this root. Pull that loop through itself and then put my toggle in. And that should be plenty strong enough to hold the tarp for the night. So now that the back part of the tarp is staked out, I took a little walk, went and found a stick. It's about 7 feet, I guess. Now, I carved a small notch on either side of this. Put the line in the notch. Put the line in the notch on the other side. Go over that string. Come back under that string. And one more time around, I think will be good. But I'm going around underneath, up and over. And now I should be able to tie this anywhere and it'll be nice and tight and it won't move. So now I'm going to run my line over this tree and around. And I'm just going to hook this loop on this branch. We're all set up. I've got it in porch mode right now. They're not calling for any rain tonight. I should be fine the way it is. When I go to bed, if the weather happens to change, I can always untie the stick here and drop a stake down low. And that'll bring this tarp down and protect me a little better from the rain. Now here's the actual trail. And most people on their way out will turn here. And from here, you can't see it. Now, I caught sight of something flapping around earlier. And I'm curious to see what it is. Oh, wonderful. Aw, look, it's a little garbage bush. Great. Well, at least they left me quite a bit of firewood. So now I'm going to grab my Agava Boreal 24. And I think we're just going to go for a short walk down the trail. See what's going on. And we're going to look for a little bit of firewood. There's quite a bit on top of that hill there. It's just really hot right now, so I don't want to go up in the sun and cut all that. And to see if I can find a little bit in the shade somewhere. Cut a little bit up and bring it here so that we have plenty for the night. has come to set up the chair and do a little bit of relaxing. On my way in here this afternoon, I stopped at the local LCBO and I came across a couple of beers I haven't tried from Manitoulin Brewing. Now, Manitoulin, from my house, about an hour and a half drive. Not that far. So I figured I'd give a couple of them a try. This one is the Cup and Saucer English Ale. It says, "You're on the island now." Manitoulin Brewing Company, 5% alcohol. At the northern tip of the Niagara Escarpment rests a jagged outcrop flocked to by hikers and enthusiasts alike. Manitoulin Island is home to this natural wonder and proud of its namesake, the Cup and Saucer. A proud and robust beer, Cup and Saucer English Ale is easy to drink, inspired by London's pub-style ale that has satisfied so many for generations come and gone. Raise a cup and cheers to friendship, good times ahead. Handcrafted with no preservatives, Little Current, Manitoulin Island, Ontario. Ingredients: water, barley malt, hops, yeast. Your typical craft beer. Smells good. Yep, that's not bad. Some very fine twigs on top. Now that I can start to see the flames coming up above those twigs, add more. So I'm waiting for that fire to die down so we can start cooking. Supper tonight is super simple. It's just boil some water, slap it in a bag. I've got one of those dehydrated meals. And I brought along some sausages. This trip was not planned, so I just kind of grabbed whatever was at hand and ran out the door. But while we're waiting for that, I guess it's a good time to give you an update on what's been going on. Anne's daughter Emily gave birth to Kieran on August 20th, which was a Sunday. So Anne and I are now proud grandparents. Pouch is almost ready. Time to start heating up the sausages. I got Johnsonville buffalo style with cheese. So these ought to be delicious. I took a hefty chance and I came up the rock with the grill with the sausages and I didn't lose any. Woohoo! So now I get to sit up here. The sun's going down. I've got a nice light breeze coming through. I get to eat my dinner with a gorgeous view. Don't eat that. I forgot to take it out of the package. Luckily it didn't melt. Slice the bag down shorter so that my short little spork can get in there. Noodles and beef. Delicious. Even my knee thinks so. Cheese is nicely melted just a little bit. Being buffalo style, they have just a little bit of a zing to them. Fantastic. But now I think I'm going to turn my chair around. I saw a beaver swimming around a little while ago. I'm going to see if I can get a glimpse of him. And enjoy my dinner. A couple of videos back, when I made those blueberry tarts and I made that other dessert inside my pot, I was on the search for some kind of a rack or grill or anything that I could use. I found something. It's actually a vent cover for a smoker, but they're stainless steel. Before I try cooking with them, I want to burn them off and make sure there's nothing toxic on them. So I brought them with me and I tossed them in the fire. So I'm going to leave those in the fire for a little bit. And then take them home. And they'll be ready for whenever I have an idea for something I want to bake in that pot again. I still have some of those tarts at home. I may have to come out at some point and just make a couple of small pies again. Blueberries are pretty much gone, but yeah, maybe I'll bring something from home. We'll have to see. If you've got any simple recipes for something I could bake in there, let me know. And in the bottom of my bag, I found, forgot I had brought this. Last time I went to our IDA pharmacy, I saw these on sale. They're just a blow-up neck pillow. And they were only a couple of bucks. So I figured I would grab one. And want to blow it up, and I was thinking it might be handy in the hammock. Because in the hammock, I tend to sleep on my back. But if I move around a little bit, the pillow tends to move around and slide underneath me, and I wake up and it's all over the place and driving me crazy. So I'm thinking maybe with this, it rests on my neck and just stays there. So when I lay in the hammock, I'm hoping it lays in the right position and just moves with me. So I'm going to try that out tonight. I brought my Dollarama pillows just in case, but I want to try this. I like having one of those little Dollarama pillows under my knees when I'm in the hammock. So by having the extra one, it'll just give me two I can put under my knees for tonight. And if this doesn't work, I can just grab one of the other pillows and away I go. Only way to find out is to try. Now, because I have to blow it up by mouth, I can't use it in the winter. It's not going to be sturdy enough for that. But in the summer, this time of year, should work out just fine. Good morning, everyone. Nothing quite like having your first cup of coffee, watching the sun come up over the trees. Oh, what a fantastic night last night. I slept like a baby. I crawled into the hammock, checked a few things on my phone, turned it off, plugged it in to charge overnight, laid my head back, and I was out like a light. I'd never got up till 7 o'clock this morning. Very, very comfortable. I'm glad I came. I needed this. Now, this summer has been strange. We haven't been camping as much as we normally do. It seems like every time we try, something happens. We've gotten out a few times, but nowhere near as much as normal. Hopefully we can get back in the swing of things soon. But now that Anne's back at work, and with Kieran being born, camping might take a little side trail for a little bit. I may do some solo trips. Might get lucky and convince Grandma Ann to come out. We'll see. And then in the coming years, we'll be bringing baby Kieran out and teaching him a whole bunch of stuff. I love seeing that little bit of mist over the water. There are a lot of things I'm looking forward to teaching little Kieran. But I think the most important one is going to be how to just slow down and take it all in. Life moves way too fast nowadays. Too many people don't take the time to slow down, take in the scenery. But I want to be sure that he learns how to take the time and enjoy the day. And enjoy bits of nature like this. A little garden bed in somebody's yard. Beautiful to look at. A tree right in the middle of a park. It's still a tree. It's still natural. It's still part of nature. You have to be able to take the time to enjoy these things, appreciate these things. And I think that's the biggest lesson that I want him to learn. Because if you can take the time to slow down and appreciate things once in a while, appreciate nature, you get a little bit more peace in your life. And that, I think, is the most important thing you need to lead a happy life. Because without the peace, there's no happiness. That and how to make a good cup of coffee. Those are the two main things he needs to learn. Oh. Love it out here. Oh, and by the way, yes, this chair is made for napping. Sitting by the fire last night, I leaned back, I was looking at the stars, and bonk. I slept for about a half hour or so. And finally woke up and went and crawled into the hammock. And now it's time to reverse the process. So I'm gonna cinch up this bag again. Unbuckle the underquilt, and then I can just start stuffing it in the sack. You don't need to watch me do this whole boring part of tearing down the tarp. I'm just packing up camp so that I can get home and get ready for the rest of the day. But I want to thank you all for joining me. It was a great night. Oh my God, I needed that. Very relaxing. So if you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more of it, hit that subscribe button. And if you're going to do that, tap the notification bell and there'll be a drop down menu. Click all. That'll let you know whenever we put out a new video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.